Ladies, we need to keep our skincare routine simple. I talked about it last week. We talked about the evening skincare routine. Today, I want to talk to you about your daytime skincare routine. Before we get started on the daytime skincare routine, I want to just recap quickly what I had said last week regarding the evening routine. Now, evening routine on your skincare is really skin treatment. It's a treatment process. So what you're doing is you're treating your skin with the retinoid or retinol products. So you'll still keep the routine simple. You'll still cleanse with a gentle cleanser. You can choose to use a toner, and I showed you this last week. I love this one. This is the Dermasil AHA glycolic acid toner. It has rose water and it also has witch hazel. It's gentle, and glycolic acid is gentle enough that in the evening before you do your retinoid products, you can do this toner because it's just going to take off a little bit of the roughness. Is for fine lines and pores. It's not intense. So it's not going to fight or just compete with the next step, which is your retinoid product. And whatever you're using, if it's adapalene, tretinoin, whatever you're using, be very aware that it's important to have a light neutral moisturizer underneath, and then you put your retinoid product and then a moisturizer on top. That is known, as you probably know already, because you ladies out there are smart and you watch. It's the retinol or retinoid sandwich. You are protecting your skin from directly of having that on top of your skin without a layer of moisturizer underneath. Now for the eyes, you can use any moisturizer for the face, can go on the eye area. Or you can use a retinoid eye cream. I have said before, I love the Versed. It has retinoid in it. So it's one step to be able to get to the next step of becoming retinoic acid. And this is what I love about this. When I discovered it, I stuck with it. I also have an option of a retinol eye roller if I decide to do that too. But for the most part, that's what your evening is. It's treatment. Okay, so now let's move to the daytime. So the daytime skincare routine is all still keeping it very, very simple. You still want to start off with a gentle cleanser, and I still use the CeraVe cleansing bar, which I mentioned even in my daytime routine, my evening routine. But the daytime routine, the cleanser is so important. You don't want anything harsh. You don't want anything rough on your skin. And ladies, I'm going to tell you this side note. Please don't get caught up in those facial brushes that tend to scour your face. Those are horrific. So what I've come to decide is I use a gentle washcloth that I have. It's not a cotton regular washcloth. It's a washcloth actually one of my close friends made for me. It's a crocheted cotton washcloth that really, really works well with my skin. I also use another cleanser I use is the Neutrogena cleansing bar. I started using that since 1982, believe it or not. A dermatologist recommended that I use it, and I haven't stopped since. I went to the dermatologist, I'll tell you a quick side note, for some eczema on my hand. And at the time, I was using a brand new skincare product. I bought the whole lineup, and I was teaching classes with skincare and makeup. So at the time, I bought the whole line of this with the skincare, the cleanser, the moisturizer, the toner, everything, and even the makeup. And when I went to the dermatologist and he saw my face, he said, "What are you using?" So I told him. He said, "You need to get rid of it. It's clogging your pores." Now, unfortunately, it was expensive and I had to get rid of it. But it was the biggest thing that I learned, the biggest lesson that I learned is you can look at the product. It can be great packaging. It sounds good. It feels good. But if it doesn't agree with you, you can't use it. Okay, so the name is irrelevant, but it's a great line. It was Estee Lauder. I, to this day, feel kind of bad because I really loved the products, and it's a great line. Just didn't agree with me. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your products. So the Neutrogena cleansing bar and or the CeraVe, I interchange them. They're the same. They're wonderful. They cleanse. They do the job without ruining my skin. They're not rough. So use something gentle to cleanse, and then the next step, you can enjoy a nice toner. The toner that I showed in the evening was this rose water one because the glycolic acid is gentle. If you want to use a toner for daytime, I love this one. This is the Oatmeal Milk Toner by Dermasil, and it is got oatmeal and mushroom, and it's really great for if you have any redness or irritation in your skin. My skin's really sensitive, so sometimes I like to do that. But also, another acid you want to use for daytime, if you have oily skin, large pores, salicylic acid is the other acid that helps So there's glycolic and there's salicylic. You can choose which one. I would not use this at nighttime. This is a daytime product. So for sure, this helps me prepare my skin for the moisturizer. But before the moisturizer, you know, ladies, we need our vitamin C. This is the CeraVe vitamin C that I look. You need L-ascorbic acid. It is notorious for being unstable, but you need this to be effective. This particular one has 10% vitamin C, L-ascorbic, and it also has, just the vitamin C, the pure vitamin C. That's what I want to emphasize about this. So you need to put this on. This, of course, does not go around the eyes. Please be careful of that. The vitamin C on the face after you've cleansed, toned, vitamin C, then the moisturizer. The moisturizer is the one I use, is the Staytime CeraVe. Now I like this because it has my SPF 50 in it already. We know that the sun protection is number one in our skincare routine for daytime. We have to have the sun protection. I like it to be in my moisturizer. If you don't, you can use a separate sunscreen. Up to you, ladies. Absolutely up to you. But for the most part, that's your routine. Now, what do you think about an eye cream that is separate from a daytime moisturizer? This moisturizer that I showed you here can be put right under your eyes. Absolutely safe. If you want a separate one for puffiness, you can get ones with caffeine in it. There's some great eye creams out there, and there's nothing wrong with using them. It doesn't mean that you can't use a separate eye cream. It's just back in the day, that's all we taught. A separate eye cream, moisturizer, all of this stuff, and it was like, it's not necessary. It isn't necessary. It doesn't mean you can't use it, but it's not a mandatory thing. So what about all the in-between things? Like, when do you get a chance to exfoliate your skin? Not with the acids that we talked about, okay? But we're talking about maybe once a week, twice a week at the most, I would say. You could do something like an exfoliating scrub that's gentle. Dermasil, again, makes a great product. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but get something very gentle for your face. So I have one more thing to share with you. I also did a video last week on lymphatic drainage, and I showed you the facial brush that I purchased from Amazon, and I also showed you my kabuki brush. I have several kabuki brushes. They're the same ones. I just bought several of them. And I showed you how wonderful I thought it would be to use this kabuki brush for the lymphatic drainage around the eyes because it's smaller. Go check out the video. Meantime, as I'm thinking about these cleansing products, a light bulb goes off in my head and I said, oh my gosh, I think I can also use this as a facial brush to cleanse. Of course I can, because I can put all that pressure for the lymphatic drainage, get the circulation without disrupting the skin barrier, without scratching my face. So ladies, if you haven't gotten to the Dollar Tree to get this for makeup, for lymphatic drainage, or now I'm thinking you can cleanse your face, you need to get over there and get this. This is amazing. So soft. I've cleansed my face with it and it is amazing. So if I don't want to use my crocheted washcloth, I can take this with me when I go traveling or even at home, but I can use this to wash my face. How amazing is that? So yes, ladies, our skincare routines, morning and evening, need to be simple. It is so important that we choose our products with purpose. We know what we're choosing, why we're choosing them, and making sure that they're effective. If they're not, stop using them. If you like what you have, keep it simple and keep it consistent. Don't get caught up in all the newest and latest and greatest. It's good to keep an eye open, keep your ears open to see maybe you can try a product new now and again. Maybe something is more effective for you. That's fine. But don't just run the gamut of every little product out there because someone said it's good. That's ridiculous, in my opinion. It sounds a little preachy, but trust me, I have years of experience in all of these things, and I wanted to share my knowledge with you. Hopefully, you find it helpful. As I always reiterate, ladies, you need to find purpose. You need to find balance in what you do, and you'll always find your joy. When you do things the right way, keep your eyes and ears open and keep your choices smart. I hope you enjoy your skincare routines, whether it be morning and evening, and I hope that you have beautiful skin in the process, because when you work at it, it will happen. On that note, ladies, again, find your purpose, find your balance, and you will find your joy. Lorraine here, image enthusiast, occupational therapist, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.